To all who listen to this happy pod, welcome. I'm Noah Parker, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Marci.
Hello.
For DCOM Kids. Welcome to
DCOM
DCOM Kids.
Kids.
I am, we need to get going on that new intro, because I keep forgetting that this is not just the Noah Parker's World of Wonder podcast anymore. It's a little bit different, so, working on making that adjustment mentally, and I start them out almost the exact same way still. So, any exciting? What was I talking? Where are we?
Where are we?
What are we watching today, Marci?
Today we are watching Ready to Run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
I was just gonna say this is a DCOM that we've probably only watched once.
Yeah.
Before this.
Yeah, for sure. If that even, honestly.
I think I've probably watched it a couple of times, but
I think I've watched it once. There were moments where I'm like okay, specifically Moody B or B Moody.
Mm-hmm.
There were definitely moments where I'm like, okay, I definitely remember this whack job, and I remembered the headphones.
Yes.
So I've definitely watched it at least once.
Yeah. I think I was confusing it with Racing Stripes.
I think
which is not a Disney
I may
movie.
have done the same thing where I was thinking that it was Racing Stripes and it was not.
Yeah. I think is that Nickelodeon?
I think maybe.
Or just Universal?
Let's see.
I know it's not Disney for sure.
It is not evident immediately.
No worries.
I mean, hello? Yeah, I don't know. All I know is Frankie Muniz is in it. That's the only thing that came up so far. And dang it, I just scrolled past his name. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And David Spade.
Yes.
Not the usual suspects. But yeah, no, it doesn't say immediately on there what it is. So, and yeah, apparently we're not maintaining. We don't have enough video to What am I talking about even?
I don't know.
We're having an internet connectivity issue. Perhaps we're not getting enough information to the big YouTube box in the sky. We seem to be still live. It's just not as clean as it could otherwise be.
Okay.
But we're gonna move on and just get going with it. So yeah, we are rewatching Ready to Run. Ready to Run was released in 2000. This is what, our fifth in a row.
I think this is
I'm like, how many did you guys release in 2000? Good grief.
Yeah.
So anyway, released in 2000, written by John Warwick, which sounds familiar. There's another name down below that I'm like, I am pretty sure we have seen something by this guy before. Yeah. Yes, and then Crystal Poe played Corrie Ortiz.
Jason Doring played B Moody.
Lillian Hurst played Loris Ortiz.
John Brazier played Max Garris.
I meant to have Adriana just double check my pronunciation on these names before we started, but I did not. Then Nestor Serrano played Hector Machado.
Teresa Saldana played Sonia Ortiz.
Sinbad did the voice of Hollywood Shuffle.
Paul Rodriguez did the voice of TJ.
Rick Ducomoon did the voice of Cyclone.
Christian Guerrero. Christian Guerrero played Gabby Ortiz.
Mark Clare played James McCaffrey, which we probably could have stopped before we got down here, but it's fine.
We're here now.
I
don't know who that one is. We're just going to skip to this one.
That's fine.
Maggie Harper played Dr. Lucy Huckabee.
And Michael Sacante played Homer Flanagan. And this, my friends, is why you pre-read things before you try to do them live on the interwebs, assuming we are still live on the interwebs. Oh well. That is our casting crew. And then Director.
Okay. Directed by Dwayne Dunham.
That's the name that sounded familiar. He's definitely done something else.
Yeah.
And then it was musicked by Phil Marshall.
Cinematography by Michael Slovis.
And Don Brochu did the editing. And then I'll just jump right into the Disney Plus summary of the film. Although her father died in a racing-related accident, Corrie Ortiz dreams of becoming a jockey in the predominantly male sport of thoroughbred horse racing. Despite her mother's misgivings, Corrie uses a gift her grandmother calls the confidence of horses to help her horse, Thunderjam, overcome his fear, then guides him all the way to the California Derby. It's a little bit of a
spoiler
simplification of things, but sure.
Yeah.
And then this is the painstaking scene by scene that I wrote out, and it's not as detailed as it looks. So much more detailed when you're writing it. Yeah. And then you see it after you're done. It's like when you're writing an essay and you're like, I've been writing for 5 hours. This has to be 300 words by now.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I've written 6 words. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and take it away, Marci.
All right. This tale opens with a determined beat looking down a bright tunnel where we first see the majestic horses and their jockeys preparing for their race. We meet Thunderjam, sorry.
Nervous.
Okay, that's not how you spell nervous.
I didn't spell it.
A nervous wreck who can't seem to start a race, and Corrie, a stable hand working for Mr. Machado, who dreams of one day being a jockey herself. After the race, Mr. Machado is not satisfied in his horse.
That's the name of the horse.
Okay. Wookie's Cookie's performance, and Corrie explains the problem isn't the... Is that supposed to say house? Or horse?
Horse.
Okay. And Corrie explains the problem isn't the horse, it's the jockey, and she can get Cookie to possibly win for him. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. A horse that stopped during the race, Mandalay Bride, is found to have broken her leg and is deemed to be unfit for racing ever again. Upon hearing this news, her owner Max Garris demands she is put down as he does not care to deal with an injured horse. Corrie rightfully is outraged and wonders what they can do to prevent Mandalay Bride from being murdered. I did not write that part in there, but that's supposed to be in there. But is reminded the horse does not belong to them, and so there isn't much that they can do, save for pray that she grows wings and flies away.
We then follow Corrie home, where we find her brother Gabby pretending to be a jockey while watching another race. Her grandma, Lourdes.
Yeah, I think so.
Who I scrolled too far. Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. It happens.
Lourdes, who is poorly betting toothpicks on the race, and her mother Sonia, who is preparing dinner. In Corrie's bedroom, she adds her earnings from the day to a tin she keeps things to remember her dad, who was lost in a racing-related accident. At dinner, Corrie seeks her mother's blessing on a new job with Mr. Machado.
Sonia refuses to allow Corrie to become a jockey, claiming it is too dangerous, and the only thing that her dad got from being a jockey was a, quote, nice headstone. Lourdes tries to sway Sonia, wondering if Corrie has the gifts necessary to be a talented jockey, but Sonia won't hear a word of it. After abruptly leaving the dinner table, Corrie goes to the stables and frees Mandalay Bride. Okay. so that she can't be put down.
Yeah, there you go.
When she returns to the stables, Thunderjam, or TJ, speaks to her and tells her she was very brave for letting Mandalay Bride free.
The next morning, we are introduced to Mr. Flanagan, a jockey agent, and B. Moody, his new client. He's trying to get a job. For these client, he's getting trying to get a job. But he's a little too rodeo for Mr. I'm so sorry. For Mr. Machado. As it turns out, Hector isn't doing very well financially and needs to place a winner. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I can't focus. Needs to place a winner before he loses his barn. Just as he is considering hiring Moody, we discover he comes from the circus, and Machado quickly changes his mind about hiring him. While trying to the bottom of
I think that's supposed to say
While trying to get to the bottom of the weird incident with TJ talking to Corrie, she asks her grandma if it's possible for horses to speak English, where she shares that their family has a special bond with the horses, and if your heart is pure and true, they will share their secret with you, just like her father.
Overhearing TJ chanting, "I think I can, I think I can," Corrie confirms that Pete, the supervisor, didn't hear the chant, and he of course did not. Mr. Garris and Mr. Machado exchange unpleasantries, wherein Mr. Garris taunts Machado about taking over his stables when he inevitably goes broke. Moments later, TJ fails to leave the gates again, and Mr. Garris demands his stable hand put him down or trade him for a bag of peanuts. Corrie overhears this and decides to take him up on the offer, giving him a bag of peanuts and taking ownership of the horse. When this news reaches Corrie's mom, she is very disappointed and demands Corrie give him back. After Mr. Machado tells Sonia he will house the horse and his winnings can pay for his feed, Sonia reluctantly agrees to let Corrie keep him.
Being sure to make rules clear, Sonia tells Corrie she is not to ride TJ in a race or he will have to go. The next morning, Corrie greets TJ, who, to her surprise, greets her back. While trying to play cool and act like she's not crazy, Mr. Machado tells her that TJ will not race. He just told her mom that so she could keep him. Later, she takes TJ out for a workout, and suddenly the mood changes as Mr. Machado gives B. Moody a chance to be the jockey who does ridiculous stunts but is eventually hired as the rider. Corrie and Mr. Machado begin the long and tedious process of building TJ's confidence up to be a reliable and fast racehorse.
Taking a coffee break, we find out that Hector, who I meant to go back and change all of the Mr. Machado, Mr. Machado words in there. I was going to change those all to Hector, but it's Hector Machado. So that is all the same person. Anyway, we find that Hector and Sonia have an unspoken attraction. Both seem to be too timid to do anything about. Back at the training track, Corrie decides to take advantage of her ability to talk to TJ and convinces him that if he does not try, he is going to be a pony ride horse because studs are winners, not plugs like him. This of course works, and TJ starts jumping out of the gates, and we dive into a montage to pick out an outfit for Moody. Deciding he's ready, Hector asks to place TJ in a race, but is given some pushback from Pete, but eventually is granted the entry.
As they are preparing for the race, Corrie asks Moody why he wears headphones while riding, and he explains it helps him feel the horse's rhythm, and we dive into a riding montage accompanied by a song named for the movie. While watching racing tapes to prep for the race, Hector shares his past work with Mr. Garris and learns why they have a bad relationship. And she finally learns that the horse her dad was riding when he died was trained by Hector. I tried to stall as long as I could.
You did a great job. I forgot to switch to the other camera before I did that, so it was really not as smooth as I thought it was going to be. Anyway, yeah, we're back. Okay. Okay. In the moments leading up to the race, TJ's nerves make a guest appearance due to the taunting of another horse. In a quick and decisive mood, Corrie takes Moody's headphones and puts them on TJ, who rockets out of the gates and against all odds leads a majority of the race. That is until he unexpectedly fails to finish the race. Hey, what? I definitely had some more words in there that I just skipped over. Until he is hurt. Unexpectedly and fails to finish the race. While consoling TJ and complimenting his race up until he got hurt, Sonia peeks in to the barn and discovers Corrie can talk to TJ, and she does indeed have the gift her father had.
Next, we leap into another montage that makes 3 so far, beginning with a workout to get TJ back to racing condition, followed by several races in which TJ wins until we drop out of the montage into a party. Sitting at a table, Sonia and Hector have their moment, and he asks her to dance. After praising Hector, Corrie, and Moody for their accomplishments with TJ, the chairman of the racetrack announces he has entered TJ into a $500,000 race, and they are excited to accept the challenge.
Feeling threatened by Hector's success, Garrus breaks into his stable and taunts TJ, but he inadvertently drops a bit of ash from his cigar into the hay in the barn, sparking a fire. An ember catches TJ's blanket on fire, and while trying to get it off, Moody badly burns his hands, making him unable to ride. This leads Hector and Corrie to beg Sonia to let her jockey TJ in the big race, but she still refuses to allow it. That is until Grandma explains that Sonia won't be able to keep Corrie from racing forever. And having the obligatory Disney heart-to-heart, Sonia gives her father's racing silks to ride the horse on.
For her to ride on the horse.
Yeah, sure. in the big race. There's where I was trying to go.
Okay. We jump onto a quick travel montage and arrive in Santa Clarita,
yeah.
Santa Clarita for the race, where we find out the stewards?
Yes.
Okay. Stewards of the...
I think it auto-corrected me.
Okay, sorry. For the race, where we find out the stewards of the race won't allow TJ to race with his headphones. Sorry. Corrie leaves the decision to race or not up to TJ, who won't let all their hard work go to waste. The race begins, and TJ's pace is far off of the other horses. Then, suddenly, and without warning, Moody decides to play his music through the PA, and TJ rockets ahead, making what must be a record-fast run until he matches pace with Cyclone, who tries to knock him down, but they anticipate the move. So they move to the inside and win the race.
Yeah. And then Corrie gets to be a jockey. Moody gets to be a DJ. Sonia gets the house she and her husband dreamed of. And TJ got his mojo. And they all lived horsily ever after. I thought really hard about not including that. But then I decided to do it because I was like, what do I have to lose?
Listen.
Nothing. Oh, so any hoozle. That was a lot of things.
That was a lot of things.
This is one of those that, like we said before, I remembered little tiny bits and pieces of. Writing it was a challenge. And this is going to play in later.
Okay.
This is probably the first DCOM that did not really pull me in.
Yeah.
Out of the ones we've watched so far, it did not pull me in. And I was like, fine. Oh yeah, I'm watching a movie. So let's get on to business then, shall we?
Okay.
What is some of the things you liked about this movie?
I liked the like comedy bits that they have in it.
There were some good one-liners.
There were some good one-liners. Like when she first gets home and sees Gabby pretending to be a jockey, and he has her underwear on his head. I was like, what?
I thought that was a little bit spicy for Disney, but you know, it was a different time. It was a different time. That was a good one.
Yeah, I was expecting her and Moody to like be like, oh yeah, we're a couple now, haha.
Yeah, I was too.
Then they didn't.
Yeah, I definitely was expecting that, and I thought for sure that was like, there's moments where I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Oh, no? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it seemed like they had with each other, but that's as far as the movie ever took it. The couple that gets together in this movie was Hector and Sonia.
Yes.
And that kind of took me off guard, but I'm also here for it.
Yeah.
But that kind of ties into one of the things I didn't like, which we're kind of talking about both. We can go back and forth.
We can go back and forth, sure. There are no rules.
Yeah, it's like okay, from an outsider perspective, at a glance, when you find out that Hector trained the horse.
Yes.
That what's his name?
I don't know if they say Sonia's husband. They said it in there. I just can't remember what his name is. Connor doesn't sound right now that I said it out loud. Whatever her husband's name was, name. He was riding the horse. The Hector trained the horse that he was riding. Yeah. And then died. Yes.
Whatever.
It does look
And I'm
suspicious.
like, oh, so let me get this straight. You trained the horse that killed a man, and you just happen to be in love with his wife now?
Yes. But
I know.
They explain in there that
it was Garrus.
The day of the accident, Machado looked at the horse. They called it a hot hoof. I think. Yeah. Or
that's what he said. His hot hoof, or his hoof was hot.
Which is like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Bad.
I'm not a horse person.
He's bad.
But it's not good. And Corrie says you can't race a horse on that.
Yeah.
And the vet looks at it, looks over the horse before it races, and he says the vet missed it, and I didn't say anything. And then by the time he quit Garrus, he told Garrus he's not we're not gonna win this way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. It was too late for him to get to her dad.
Yeah.
So
I know, but I don't know. It's almost like he's just like, well, that was convenient.
Or he's like, I noticed this. The doctor didn't know.
Or is it, wait, no, come back.
Right.
Wait,
you forgot to check the I'll catch you next time.
One of the things I did like about the movie, I did actually like the fact that it didn't send Corrie and B-Movie into a romantic montage. I actually liked that because I'm like, good. Not everything has to be a romance story.
It showed them becoming friends.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So that was the thing I liked. Another thing that I really liked in this movie, one of the scenes I liked the most, was lost my train of thought there. Let me go back to my notes and see if I can remember where it was. It was when she let the other horse go.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it totally it gave me like Harry Potter vibes. Because have you watched the movies?
Yes.
Okay. Watching the movies is enough. You don't need to have read the books.
Yeah.
But in all of them, I assume, right?
Yes.
You know Prisoner of Azkaban when they have the hippogriff that is supposed to get killed and they end up letting him go.
Yes.
Very much vibes like that that I felt there. And it's like not the same, but like it made me, that was the part that I was like, oh, it's a little Harry Potter thing in here, even though it's not. And actually this came out before. Well, it came out before the movies, I guess. The books had been out for a while before. But anyway, I liked that.
I like that too.
It's a little treat for me.
I did like when the horse truck driver man, I don't know.
The one who was coming to put him down.
To take the horse.
Yeah.
And Hector came over to Corrie and he's like, you don't know what happened to the horse, right? And she's like, I had to do something. And he's like, that's what I thought. Like,
I didn't think you did.
I didn't think you. He's like, shut up.
Right.
I know you let the horse go, but shh.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I guess he just grew wings and flew away.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, yes, and that's exactly what they thought happened to Buckbeak. One of the things I did not like, several scenes I didn't like. I didn't like any of the stuff with Harris or whatever his name was. Garrus. Mm-hmm. I didn't like him as a character because he was like borderline actually evil.
Yeah.
Not just stupid, selfish billionaire.
Yeah.
Like villainous evil.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was more, I didn't like that I understand that they had to get a way for Moody not to be able to ride so that they could get Corrie in. But I'm like, dude, like the fire thing. Like he just walks in there and talks to a horse and then leaves. Yeah. After ashing and catching the barn on fire.
I'm pretty sure he purposely throws.
It didn't look like it. It looked like he picks up his cigar. He puts a cigar in the fence and then he picks it up. And it just happens to fall. I don't think he did. It didn't look like that. No. Because it was just like the butt. It was like burning. And like just when he picked it up, some of the ash fell off the end. And that's what caused the fire. Oh. It didn't look like it was like he did it on purpose.
It looked like a big piece though. So.
Well, but it's a cigar. Some big chunks of that stuff come off.
You guys watch it and then let me know.
Yeah. Maybe that's up for debate. Maybe that can be the comment question of the day. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Purpose? Was the fire on purpose or was it an accident?
I feel like it was on purpose.
And I feel like it wasn't. I don't feel like he intended to do that.
Because he's that evil.
For some reason, he went in there and see. This is why the only argument for like it was on purpose is because like he went in there and started playing music to a horse and then turned off the music and then left.
Yeah.
If that was his only motive, it's pretty stupid. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. Yeah. He doesn't know that the horse can understand him.
Right. Right.
But I don't know. But I'm in the camp. It didn't look like it was on purpose. It looked like he went in there to talk to a horse because he's like losing his mind. Yeah, because he sold that horse for a bag of peanuts.
Literally.
So literally, I would lose my mind too if I was like, this horse sucks. It will not race. Yeah. So here, hey, I'll take that bag of peanuts. You have the horse, and then like a week later is like, okay, what the heck? Why is your horse suddenly racing? Yeah. But maybe that should tell you how evil the man is. Yeah. I don't know.
Last one that I did love was when they found out how fast Thunderjam could be. Oh man. Was because Corrie took him out for like just a workout. Yeah. And a little tiny dog started barking and chasing him.
My favorite part is like, oh, it's ugly.
Yeah. I love the commentary, like giving the horses voices. I love that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Talking animals.
I did enjoy that more than I thought I was going to. Like when it first started happening, I was like, oh, it's a talking horse movie. Yeah. And then I was like, I actually really liked that the horse could talk.
I do.
It ended up being a really fun character.
Yeah. And it was like when he like I can't remember if it's with Corrie or if it's with Moody riding, but he like Thunderjam like catches up to Hollywood, who's like the big star horse. Yeah. And he's like, "What? Where'd you come from?" Yeah. And he's like, "Check it out, Slowpoke."
Yeah, that's pretty good. I liked that. Yeah. There was way too many montages in this movie. Way too many. I put in the part where like that makes three, and then I was like writing, and I was like, and another montage because but it's like I was willing to forgive the last one and not be like, and yet another one because it was a little bit less so, but it was still like, funny. I thought
traveling montages make sense. Yeah. Finding an outfit montage makes sense. Yeah. The other ones, nah. Kind of. They made sense like, for we gotta pick and choose.
I feel like 4 is too many montages for one movie.
Yeah, like I would have done training Thunderjam, and then traveling. Those would have been the 2 montages I would have given.
Yeah, the clothes one didn't need to happen.
One didn't have to happen.
Like it was kind of silly and like not in a good way.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Second to last question, Marci. How did it hold up?
I personally think...
That's me. Whoop, there you
go. I personally think it held up okay. Mm-hmm. Like, the message is still there of, like, believe in yourself and you can do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I liked it. Yeah. I still like watching it, but I can't help but watch Disney Channel movies.
I guess, like, and like I didn't hate watching it. It was just not like as captivating as some of the other ones have
Sure.
been, and not as captivating as I know some of the ones that are coming up are, especially next week.
I would say this one was closer to like I was gonna say sitcom, but that's not right.
Yeah, kind of situation comedies.
Yeah,
I would say it's a little bit more of a sitcom movie than like anything else, really.
It's more of like sending a message.
Okay.
Than it is to just entertain you.
Okay.
Like Stepsister from Planet Weird was to
entertaining. There was no moral to that story.
Yeah. This one is like horse sense.
Yeah.
Not because there's both horses in it, but because it's like horses. But because it's they're trying to push a message towards you.
Yeah.
More than just like watch this silly Disney Channel movie.
Right.
So
I like that sentiment. That's a good sentiment.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. This is where we're going to be polarized, I'm sure. What is your rating out of 5 stars?
I'm giving it a 3.
That was generous. I can live with a 3. I was going to say 2.5, but I can live with a 3. I would maybe if I could sway you a little bit down to the 2.5, I would feel better.
Reason it.
It just, I kind of feel like I've spoken my piece about it already. I didn't feel as captivated by it. There was a lot of things that were there because I feel like it was silly to be there and not because it was really funny. Just kind of goofy. Like Clown Boy, really, really obnoxious at first. Pretty obnoxious about halfway through. Right at the end, like the last few minutes of the movie, you're like, oh, okay, you're actually a pretty cool kid. Like you're not bad. I don't know. I guess my final effort to sway it down is I'm calling a BS card on the end. On the last race. The reason that they are not allowed to let the reason they're not allowed to let TJ wear the headphones is because the rules state you are not allowed to use any electronic devices to improve the horse's performance.
Yes.
So they don't put the headphones on. Instead, they pump the music through the PA to enhance TJ's performance. They're still using an electronic device to improve the horse's performance.
Yes, I can see that.
All I'm saying is that, first of all, there's no way the announcer would have let him do that. Second of all, that is still against the reason that they wouldn't allow him to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my final BS card.
You're the man in charge. You can do
I'm going to just do 2.5.
That's fine.
Halfway up the scale, it's not bad, but it's not great. Sit mid. I say
good
mid.
Movie.
I'd say it's a mid movie.
Okay.
Definitely because
I do have
what was the last one I said that like I don't know that I'll watch it again? Was that Stepsisters of Planet Weird that I'm like I don't know if I'll watch this again? This is a movie I'm not probably ever gonna watch again.
Yeah, I think Stepsister from Planet Weird. I don't remember what we did before Halloween Town.
I've watched Halloween Town several times, so it ain't that.
But what was it before?
Halloween Town. Before Halloween Town, we did Miracle in Lane 2, and it wasn't that one because I definitely watched that one. Then Rip Girls, Alley Cat. Yeah. It had to have been Stepsister from Planet Weird that I said that about because all those other ones I have watched a number of times and I will watch. Yeah. This one is like, I don't know if this will ever grace my eyes again.
Yeah.
But
I liked it.
I've spoken my piece.
Also, a lot of these movies, this was like my peak memory and like nostalgia moment too.
I suppose that's fair. I'll give you a buy on it. It's okay.
When all these last movies that we've done, the last like 5 movies that we've done, I was like 5 or 6.
Fair enough.
So that's like,
which would put me at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that kind of is making sense. We're getting to a point slowly here where I will be right on that with you. I'm like, I remember every minute of every movie that we watch from here on out.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. But any final thoughts? This is your chance to speak your piece, and yeah, if you've got any more.
No.
Okay.
I have no more final thoughts.
All right. Sounds good. So we had 2.5 official. Next week, Marci, what movie do you know what it is?
We are watching Quince,
which I am super excited about. Quince
so excited.
is roughly a story about a girl whose mom has 5 children at one time. 5 babies at once.
Yes.
Quince.
Yes.
And then chaos ensues. That's as much as I'm giving out right now.
Yes.
Because I want to refresh
so
before I attempt to try to summarize what the movie's about right now. And then, yeah. If you're joining us live on YouTube, we thank you for sticking with us through this apparently internet troubled episode. If you are listening to the audio only version after we have posted it, I want to invite you to come join us live. Typically we live stream on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Tonight it is it's Monday.
It's Monday.
And it's 9:30 right now.
Yes.
Scheduling conflicts. Next week may be a different time slot again, but hopefully we'll be getting back
it should be back to normal next week. I will double check my schedule and let you know.
We'll see. If we need to make a permanent schedule adjustment, we will, and we will let you know.
Yes.
So we'll be watching Quince. Make sure you leave a rating, and share it. Audio only version of the podcast, most major podcast platforms, Noah Parker's World of Wonder. Or if you're listening and you want to join us live, it is on Noah Parker _ on YouTube, and we live stream at what time do we do this?
Like
usually 8 o'clock.
7 or 8.
Yeah, usually 8 o'clock on Sunday nights. If we don't, we'll be posting it on our socials and on the YouTube to let you know that the schedule has changed for that week. But the one thing that is definitely going to be happening is Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Adriana and I do Disney trivia, and we would love for you to join us and play along with us.
Yes, it's lots of fun. Yeah,
Marci participated with us a couple weeks ago. This last Wednesday we did Harry Potter trivia because it was the day before Halloween, and we wanted it. I don't know. That was literally like probably 15 minutes before we started. I just did it. So and then but this time it will be Disney, I promise. So join me and Adriana on Wednesday at 8 p.m. for some live Disney trivia. And until then, guys, I gotta remember to go over here and do the thing so you can let the wonder take hold.